Cheers. Good morning. My name is Sita and you're watching The Shawl Knitter Unplugged. Today is Friday, the 21st of April, and I am making this video to add to the very exciting weekend of knitting up ahead, being hosted by Pia of the podcast 50 Fabulous Knits. So if you're watching this and you don't know her, pop over there immediately, because she is having a 24-hour knit-a-thon starting tomorrow. Well, when you watch it, it will be today, the 22nd of April. And she does this twice a year. She has a 24-hour knit-a-thon where she manages to find 24 hours in her life to be totally dedicated to knitting, which I think is such a wonderful idea. And I mean, of course, she does eat and she does sleep, but I think she dreams knitting, and she does knitting, and she shares her knitting, and she comes on to YouTube every few hours and lets us all catch up with her with what she's doing and where she's at. She also has a whole program of other podcasters who, like myself, are written down on her website. You can see when everybody's appearing, and hopefully this will come out on the scheduled time. I have extreme limitations with my Wi-Fi and uploading ability. If you do not know, I am currently in the south of India, where I have been for 2 months, and I'll soon be returning to my home, which is South Africa, in 2 weeks' time. And I have to say, I really am looking forward to that, as it is extremely hot here. It's now really fully swinging into summer, and there is not much difference between the seasons here. So there's a dry season and there's a wet season, basically, and we are currently in the dry season, which means in the mid to upper 30 degrees, 35 to 39 degrees Celsius every single day, and it only drops to about 27 at night, so it doesn't really feel very different. So it's very difficult, in fact, to be knitting. I'm not really here on a knitting mission. I'm here on a silk purchasing mission, but I will not talk too much about that today, as I can't really make a very long episode or video, because it will take days to upload and I'll miss my time slot. So yes, I've been here buying some beautiful silks, Astria silk, Mulberry silk, and I'm taking that back with me to South Africa to sell. I have been knitting up some things while I've been here, but as I say, look at my back issues of my last 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 podcasts. You will see the silk story. So today I just want to show you a few of my works in progress, which have actually been put on hold for a while because it's too hot to knit with wool. I do kind of get, the odd moments in the early morning, like now, when there's a lovely breeze. I'm up on my rooftop, and you can probably hear the birds. I'm surrounded by a little bit of construction, but a lot of coconut forest and macadamia forest. So this was a forest that a farm that was sold off in lots, and it's now being turned into a housing estate with some very beautiful places, but they are still all works in progress themselves. I think the place that I live in, which is a double-story, sort of 2 apartments and a rooftop, is the only one that is finished. So it's a nice quiet spot. The birds are up. The sun is not really up that much. It's behind this wall, and there's a cool breeze. So here's to that. I'm drinking a lovely espresso coffee that I've just made myself to get my day started. So I wanted to show you, first of all, probably I'm going to show you what the next thing is I'm going to make, because it relates to Pia of 50 Fabulous. She is an incredible designer. She also has her own yarn label, so she dyes yarn, and she makes these really wonderful tops, summer tops, linen tops, cotton tops, beautiful, very simple style, but always with a little twist. So the one I'm going to make with the silk that I've got is her most recent pattern, if I'm not mistaken, called Drop Top. And this is a beautiful little short sleeve tee, raglan, with knitted out, I think she's knitted it out of a linen, but she does suggest she's used a cashmere silk with a luxurious drape. So she wants to have a luxurious drape. So I am going to use Vilasa or Mulberry silk. I don't have the yarn yet. It's on the way to me. I should receive it today or tomorrow, but I have plenty of other things to do. So I'm just going to show you a picture. This is a picture of the back of the drop top, and it's got this lovely little keyhole which is very beautifully constructed. It's got a double fold over edge, I think, that you stitch down on the inside, and it's got a little bit of ease, but it's actually got decreases on the side, and it's just going to be it's going to show off the silk. That's why I want to make it. I'm not really a maker of one color projects, as you'll see in my next project I'm going to show you. And I am actually a shawl knitter mostly, but currently I am actually also working on, I think I'm saying actually a lot, sorry about that. I am working on a lovely silk top, which I think I should quickly run down and fetch. Okay, I'm back. I had to just pop down to my apartment, which is on the next floor down. So I had, amongst all the silk, I ordered for myself 5 skeins of pre-dyed silk, and I have knitted 2 shawls out of it. And then I've had all these balls of leftover yarn, leftover silk yarn, and these are 2 strands held together because it's very thin. This Vilasa, it's kind of a lace weight. It's a bit thick and thin. It's hand spun, and it is I wind it together so it makes a kind of fingering weight. Perfect combination to my dress, as you'll see with my top. So this is more the kind of colors that I go for. Let's see if you can see it. So this is just a little tee. It was going to be a tee, but then the silk just carried on going and going. So I'm starting to add the sleeves. My idea is to actually try to use up these last few balls of these colors, and I think I'll easily do that. Now you can probably see the lovely texture of this gorgeous silk, this Vilasa or Mulberry silk, and I have wound this is sort of a mild effect because I've wound the 2 balls together, and here is a sleeve coming. So this is it's going to be a lovely top. It's got quite a lot of ease in the body, and it's cropped, and then it's going to have long sleeves actually, because it's not a dense fabric, but I think it's going to be quite lovely, you know, quite warmish. I'm knitting it on a 3.75 for the body, and then I've gone to a 3.5 for the sleeves, and I'm just making it up as I go. So I started with a very small ribband, and then I've just increased a few times on the sides, and then went straight up. No, I didn't. I carried on increasing quite a lot on the armhole, and it's a drop shoulder, which is done with short rows. So I thought it would probably just hang over and that would be it. I would run out of the yarn, but I haven't. So I've now added on the sleeve, and this is probably going to end up being a 3/4 sleeve. So that's my little silk piece for today, and I'm quite loving that, because right now that is almost the only thing that I can work with. A wool is just too warm to be knitting right now, but I did start off this incredible, wonderful, magical, what is this one called? Fragmented Stripes shawl by our shawl master, Mr. Stephen West. So this is knitted in panels. It's knitted in these long panels, as you can see. It's a modular construction. So you knit the first panel. You first knit this tiny little garter tab, and then you knit the first panel just with 4 stitches, increasing, increasing, increasing. Then you pick up the next 4 stitches and you attach it as you go. You can see the back there, it is all attached. He uses 7 colors. I've only used 5 colors, but at the bottom I've done something different, and I've done this striped panel which will continue across the whole bottom of the shawl. So his does not, it just carries on with the fragmentation of the stripes. I'm really looking forward to getting back into the cool weather to work on the shawl. I love these colors, and it's all hand dyed, fingering weight. Some is dyed by me, some is dyed by, this amazing one is dyed by Big Fox. I think that might be the only one that's a Big Fox, maybe the green, but I've done quite a lot of my own dyeing on this as well. And it's just wild, and as you can see, the stripes are sort of fragmenting themselves down as you go. So I'm on the 3rd wedge, and there's 7 wedges. So that's my one project that I'm very excited about, and I've had to put it on hold. Very unusual thing for me to do, but I'm happy I've got the silk to work with, because it is so beautiful in my hands. The other thing that I'm working on that is absolutely gorgeous, and this is by Amber O'Brien. I've knitted quite a few of her shawls. I've actually knitted a couple of her shawls out of the silk, you can see in my last podcast as well. But this is the Astria Shawl. Now it's very hard for me to hold it the right way because it just wants to flop over. But basically, you start in the center here with this line. You do this Turkish cast on, which I'd never done before, and then instead of going round, you keep going backwards and forwards, and then you increase as you go along at these points where the markers are. There's 5 increase points, so it makes this wonderful semicircle. And this reminds me of those gobstoppers we used to have as kids. I don't know if you know those sweets where you'd suck them, and you have to keep on taking them out your mouth to see the next color. They'd be all colors and like rainbows. And if you had strong enough teeth, at a point you could actually bite them, and then you would see through, and this is what you would see, all the stripes of color. Anyway, this is going to be absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. You should go and have a look at the pattern. I am holding a strand of lace, lace mohair. What am I talking about? Merino lace together with a strand of neon mohair. So this is the actual color of the lace, and I'm holding this throughout the whole shawl, and I'm mixing it with some wild and crazy neons. mohair neons, which I can only show you that one right now because the rest are already mixed up. So this is a mohair mixed with that, and that it's quite incredible. It does work. That's the lime yellow mixed with, again, the lace weight, and then there is a bright pink. So that is bringing me so much joy, just because it's really so colorful, and yeah, it gets these wings that sort of come out on the side. I'm not going to have enough yarn here, but I'm not knitting on it here, so I'll be taking this one back with me as well to South Africa. And I'm going back to winter. I'm really excited, and yes, I will be back in India in November, which is a much more sensible time to be here. I'm going up to the mountains in the north. This is a trip that I made for a special reason, to come and buy the silk and to be with a friend here. I don't normally come to South India, and definitely not at this time of the year. But it's been very interesting. I'm glad I've been, and I'm looking forward to going home, which is a very nice thing. Normally I don't really want to go back. But in November I'll be going back up to the north, to my beloved Himalayas and to Rajasthan, and I am taking a tour called the Slow Tour in India. I do very intimate small groups, up to 8 people. We do some lovely things. It's not your typical tourist run around from one site, tourist site, to the next. We do take in some very unusual sites, and then we go up to the mountains and we just absorb the incredible energy, the beautiful snow peaks of the Himalayas, and the incredible atmospheric energy in a place called Kasar Devi, which has been known to have a very favorable magnetic energy force there that has been likened to Machu Picchu and Stonehenge in the UK. So it is very well known for meditation. And there we will spend time in the mountains, go on lovely walks to villages, but it is also what I call wool heaven, because there are yarn dyers, there are spinners, there are weavers, all working up in the mountains, and we take this into our tour. So it will be a bit of a retreat. There will be some knitting. We will visit the dyers and see the natural dyeing process. You'll be able to buy some beautiful yarns and just enjoy the rural, pristine nature of India, which is not something you normally get. So I'm going to end now, because otherwise the video is too long and I won't be able to upload it. So I hope you enjoyed my little story for today and seeing what I'm busy on. Please subscribe to my channel if you like it, and give me a like, a thumbs up. I am Tribal Bling on Instagram for my knitting, and Mystic India Tours also on Instagram for my India tours. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a fabulous Knit-a-thon weekend. I am really looking forward to it, and happy knitting, happy crafting. Take care and thank you.